Okay, so welcome finally to the opportunity to see what we've been working on with AustralianClinicalTrials.com. You'll have received this link in an email that we've sent through to all of the first clinical trial sites that have got a profile on this beta testing site. And we're excited to show you this particular website, and hopefully we can get some good feedback from everybody about how to make this site a better site. Up the very top, you'll see there's my account. I'll just click on that. Once you have a chance to log in, this is the page you'll see to be able to manage your account. You can see here it says My Sites and My Clinical Trials. So you should already have a site. I've got one here that says Test. And so if you'd like to see your site profile, you just have to click on Edit. So I'll click on Edit. This is one I made before for the purpose of this demonstration. So I've called this particular site Test. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll call it, what do we call it? We'll call it Alice Springs. I think we'd all like to run clinical trials from Alice Springs. Clinical trials. And then I'll just add some extra text. You want to make sure you put something in there that's of good quality. I've got the phone number there. I haven't got a website, so I'll leave that blank. And I added it Ayers Rock. Maybe I'll make it Ayers Rock site. Copy that. Okay, we've got Ayers Rock Clinical Trials. And you can see there's a bunch of different contacts. I've only got Mr. Magoo, who's the investigator for this particular site. And I would like to tick all of my different therapeutic areas which are relevant to me. Definitely diet, blood, cancer, musculoskeletal. Yeah, I'll tick a few of those. Tick all of the ones that are relevant to your site. If this particular list doesn't cover a therapeutic area that's of relevance to your clinical trial site, you can include in the description more details, and that's the best way to do that at this stage. So yeah, once you've got your details put in there, you can put in other roles. You can put in study coordinators, investigators, pharmacists, whoever the contact details are best for your site to be presented, put them in there. I'll put a picture up for the sake of the demo. I'll do that later. I'll put a picture up. Yeah. I'll look for a picture that's hopefully decent to put in there. And that's my mug there. And then basically once you've filled it all in or modified any content or checked the content that's already there on your particular profile, make sure you don't go anywhere after you've entered that. You have to click Submit at the bottom. And then your site profile should be saved. So if I go to site, here it is now. So you can see the different therapeutic areas I've clicked as covering. You can see the address is Ayers Rock. And currently we're not running any particular trials. We have a test trial. I'll show that in a second. But yeah, that's the basic information. Hopefully your profile will look a lot better than this. But the purpose obviously is for people to be able to get in touch, and that's what this initiative is all about. If I go back to my account, and you can go back to yours, you'll see under my clinical trials, I've created a test clinical trial, but I might just edit that quickly. So I'll quickly show you what's already there. I'll just go back quickly. So if I click on this part here, you'll see what's already up there. I've put a YouTube video on there from a YouTube link. I've got a couple of questions here. There's no particular image put in there yet. I can also either have the YouTube video at the top, or I can have it in the text describing the study. So if you have a clinical trial that's already being advertised and it's an ethics approved advert for a clinical trial, just the idea is to put the approved content in there, and you can post that free of charge. So you can see where the study's being at, who's the contact, if it's approved by ethics and whatnot. I'll just go back to my account and show you how we can modify this so that it looks a bit more presentable. I don't want to have the YouTube clip at the top. I prefer to have it in the text for this example. So I'll just say example only trial advert. And I'll just say, I'll leave that YouTube clip in the text. Basically, I just took the link from YouTube and I put it in there, and it comes up nicely. And then if I go down, I might change from not being a diet study to being something in the eye area. If I have a clinical trial ID from ANZCTR or clinicaltrials.gov, I can stick that in there too. So I'll put my official number in there. Now the big YouTube clip at the top of the advert is here. I'm going to delete that because I don't want that to be too prominent in the advert. And I might, and so you can see here, you can include your ethics details. So if it was Bellberry Ethics Committee, I can stick that there, and then you'll see. Basically, once you're happy with what you've got written there, you have to make sure you click submit, and that's it. The post's saved. We can now go to have a look at the advert, or come up automatically even. That's even nicer. You'll see these questions here. I might just show you how to modify those in a second, but you can see there's no massive video or YouTube ad at the start. I've changed the title to example only clinical trial advert, as I did before, and it's got Bellberry down the bottom there. I'll quickly show you how to add some questions, because often with clinical trial advertising, you'll put a question forward. It might not be appropriate for all studies, but in most cases you might want to ask some questions, and that's generally a pretty good way to prepare an advert. So I'll just quickly go back to my account at the top, and I'll edit this particular advert, clicking edit here. And you'll see these questions, clinical trial headlines. So I'll say, are you over 18 years old? Do you have X, Y, Z? I'll put a question mark on that. What's another typical question? Are you based in Hot Springs? Or are you based near Ayers Rock? I'd like to add another question. I can just click here and say add new clinical trial question. So I can say, do you suffer from sleepless nights? Question mark. And that's it. Basically, I'll press submit again, and you'll be able to see what comes up. So just wait 1 second, and I think it should come up automatically if we're lucky. Yep. So you can see the questions I've added there, and it's as simple as that. So this is a free clinical trial advert that you can post for your site. If you have a clinical trial that you're currently running that has an approved ethics advertisement, we encourage everyone to put their advertising out in the public domain if it's appropriate. And if you need any help with that whatsoever, with your account or with your profile, whatever it might be, get in contact today. Thanks a lot for your time.